there is a war happening all around you. And this war is not fought with guns and weapons, it's fought with daily decision making, whether you're choosing positive actions that reinforce righteousness or you're choosing harmful actions that create chaos in your own life and affect others negatively. Which side of the battle are you on? My name is Mashida Shabazz, and I've been living in spiritual, self-sufficient communities for the past 7 years, 2 of which I spent living with monks, learning meditation, and now I'm leading a spiritual warrior organization meant to serve, protect, and build self-sufficient spiritual communities around the world. And in today's video, I'm here to help you win the battle against your inner demons using a spiritual warrior method that we practice in our daily lives. So I want to frame this by first relating to you where this method comes from. This comes from the Bhagavad Gita, which is a eternal discourse between Lord Krishna, representing God, and the devotee Arjuna, representing you and I, the disciple, the student looking for knowledge. And to give context for those who are not aware of the Bhagavad Gita, it is a discourse happening on the battlefield between Krishna and Arjuna, and there's a larger story called the Mahabharata which describes all of this in detail, why the battle is happening. But essentially, Arjuna is in a situation where he is faced up against his enemies, which are his family members. So him and his brothers have to fight their uncles, their brothers-in-laws, and all of this, right? And Arjuna, who is the greatest warrior of that time, tells Krishna, I don't want to fight my kin, I don't want to fight my brothers and sisters. And Krishna then begins a discourse to remind him that remember your duty as a spiritual warrior, that these are not your brothers, these are really, yes, by blood they are related to you, but they don't have your best interest in mind. They don't care about the same values you care about. And the deeper message into this is that within all of us, we have this battle going on between our spiritual soldiers and our materially minded soldiers. And it's up to us to take hold of our spiritual soldiers and defeat these material soldiers of ignorance, evil. These are the inner demons that people talk about, right? It was just these evil forces. Also, in this context of spiritual warriors, soldiers that we must do battle with every single day. And so a lot of people, as Arjuna lamented, get attached to these familiar evil soldiers because they have brought us pleasure, because they have done this or have done that for us, but really they don't have your best interest in mind. They don't really care about you, but your spiritual soldiers do. Your spiritual soldiers of calmness, of peace, of love, of compassion, of joy. They want to see you thrive, they want to see you succeed, and they're more quiet. The evil soldiers are the ones making lots of noise, like, look at me, look at me, look at me, support us, this is what we're all doing for you. But the spiritual soldiers are quiet, they're meditative, they, through their own living presence, uplifts your consciousness. And because it's so subtle, we often neglect the importance to take hold of the positive in the soldiers. And so I lay out this framework so that when you're dealing with inner demons, to realize that these are just forces, these are just evil soldiers trying to attack your kingdom of peace, your bodily kingdom. And so if you're dealing with doubt, for example, then understand as a warrior would that this is a soldier attacking my kingdom, the soldier of doubt, and I need to defend my kingdom, defend my peace from this soldier. So let me rally up my soldiers of goodness. So in this context, maybe you call upon calmness, you call upon wise discrimination, you call upon love and joy, and open up yourself and allow the kingdom to recruit these soldiers in to defeat the soldier of doubt. And so to think about this in this sort of way, right, that if you're on the battlefield and you have to take over a fort or a castle, you're probably going to want to surround the castle so that the enemy can't leave, right? And then you're going to want to strategically attack it so that its defense is weakened and weakened, and then you can overcome it, right? So in the same way, think about these evil forces in that way, and don't give them an inch. Stay strong, hold the line against them, because if you give them an inch, they will take 10 miles, not just a single mile. You know, I'm sure you all experienced this in your life when you're like, oh, let me just eat a little bit more, or let me just play a little bit more, or just do a little bit more, right? Then we find our lives crumbling apart. Our discipline is gone. Our meditative practice is disturbed. We're not consistent. And so it's super important to not give an inch, to stay strong and rout the enemy by using superior spiritual tactics of meditation, of introspection, exercise, right living, fasting, diet, to build up your soldiers of righteousness, because it's important to train them, and the best way to train them is through meditation and practices I just mentioned, and changing your life by recognizing that you want your soul to sit on the throne of your kingdom and not your ego. Your ego serves itself, the soul serves God and the world. Particularly when I say the world, not in a material sense, but the world as in God's creation in the way He wants it to be maintained. And so it's important to make this shift in our consciousness and to direct ourselves that way, because it is our duty, it is our dharma as spiritual warriors to fight this battle with our inner demons, with these evil soldiers, and to realize that we have a whole army of righteous soldiers, qualities, divine qualities, waiting for us to call upon them to help us overcome the issues we're dealing with in our daily life. And so again, you have the power to overcome everything. You have soldiers of righteousness waiting for you. Secondly, you are the soul in your true nature. You're made in the image of God, and so no evil force can overcome you. And third, realize that don't befriend these evil forces. Yes, they have been with you for a while. Yes, they may have done some good that you think they may have done some good for you, but they don't have your best interest in mind. Remember that and don't lose sight of that, because they will try in so many ways to disrupt you from the path you're trying to walk. And I don't want to make this sound very pessimistic. This is an important message to receive, and it should be an uplifting message, because it helps us to understand what's happening from a spiritual warrior mindset, and it helps us realize that, oh, this doubt is not me, this anxiety is not me, this restlessness is not me, this depression is not me, this lust is not me, this anger is not me, this greed is not me. I am the soul. I am perfect. And I just need to attune to that perfection by cultivating these divine qualities, training my spiritual soldiers of peace, love, wisdom, joy, calmness, discrimination, wisdom, and allow my life to be transformed, allow my kingdom to be strengthened in righteousness for the Lord's sake. And so it's just so imperative that we shift our mindset in this way, because so much of today's world is victim consciousness. That's really what I've seen. So much is victim consciousness. No, this is what's happening to me. This is how the world's affecting me. This outside forces keep attacking my kingdom. It's like God made this world of light and dark, the hero and the villain, so that when we see the villain, we want to be the hero. And it's not made to the world's also made in this way so that we don't get attached to it. If there's no darkness, then we won't want to find God, because we can just keep getting more food, keep getting more of this world. And so God made these challenges so that we may seek Him, we may find Him. And so this message is not pessimistic. If anything, this is real optimism. And this is what Krishna was also trying to remind Arjuna. It's like, what is most important here is the righteousness. And above all, your family members are souls. Their body may be killed, but the soul will keep on living and eventually come to righteousness, come to God, and be realized. So it's okay. Whatever we do on this battlefield is just a drama, just a show. And so in the same way, remember, it's okay. This is just a drama, but we must utilize our willpower, direct our soldiers of righteousness to make sure that we keep our kingdom of peace secure with the soul's leadership. And if you're doing that, you're bound to succeed. So I just want to close now by sharing with you guys that if this message resonates with you, the spiritual warrior path of life, the spiritual warrior dharma, the Kshatriya Dharma, I am developing, as I said in the beginning of this video, a spiritual warrior organization meant to a spiritual organization dedicated to building, protecting, and serving spiritually self-sufficient communities. So these are off-grid, self-sustainable, like the one I'm at now. As you see, the solar system is set up. So if you want to travel to different communities, enjoy beautiful places in nature, and be deeply committed to your sadhana, your spiritual practice, and be of service, and want to be a part of the shift of the revolution to bring about a new global civilization rooted in spiritual values and self-sustainable living, then click the link below and see how you can become a warrior today or help out in the mission to make the dream of not just ourselves, but what the world is begging for, a new civilization, a new harmonious, cooperative, global civilization rooted in spirituality and self-sufficiency. If this message resonates with you, click the link below. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment about your insights on the spiritual warrior path. I'd be happy to answer any questions or just exchange energies in the comments. All right. Bliss be with you all.